Welcome. Today, I'm excited to show you the quickest, most effective way to achieve fluency in English, all on your own. Self-learning a language is no easy task. You might feel uncertain about what methods actually work or frustrated if you're not seeing results. But worry not, I'll be taking you through 9 essential steps, each designed to help you make real progress toward fluency. So if you're ready to take charge of your English journey, stick around. Set clear, specific goals. One of the biggest mistakes people make when learning a language is failing to set clear goals. Setting specific targets gives you a clear path forward, keeps you organized, and lets you measure your progress. Start by identifying your ultimate purpose. Why do you want to learn English? Your goal might be conversational fluency for travel, which usually requires reaching a B1 or B2 level. On the other hand, if you're aiming to work or study in an English-speaking environment, you'll need to reach at least a C1 level. Break your larger goal down into smaller, manageable targets. For example, if your end goal is conversational fluency, begin with practical milestones. Focus on mastering greetings, common phrases, and essential vocabulary for basic conversations. Setting achievable goals like these provides a sense of accomplishment, keeps you motivated, and shows you're making real progress. Practice reading aloud to boost pronunciation and retention. Many learners overlook the power of reading aloud. While reading silently is beneficial, it doesn't provide the same practice for your speaking skills. Reading aloud helps you work on pronunciation, familiarizes your mouth with English sounds, and even boosts memory retention. By speaking the words aloud, you're practicing the physical action of speaking English, which makes it feel more natural over time. Studies show that people retain about 80% of what they read aloud, compared to only around 20% of what they read silently. Plus, reading aloud forces you to focus more intently on each word, so you're more likely to remember phrases and vocabulary. Start by picking simple articles, short stories, or even social media posts, and read them out loud. The more you practice, the more confident and fluent you'll sound. Immerse yourself in English media, both with and without subtitles. Listening to English media is a key step in building comprehension and training your ear to understand spoken English naturally. If you're just starting, it's fine to use subtitles to help you understand the content. However, as you progress, try challenging yourself by watching without subtitles. Doing this pushes you to rely on your listening skills rather than reading, and helps you become more comfortable with the flow and nuances of English. When you listen to English without subtitles, your brain starts processing it more naturally, helping you think in English rather than constantly translating. Listening to a variety of English sources like podcasts, TV shows, and interviews will expose you to both formal and informal language. You'll learn to distinguish between conversational English used in everyday situations and the more polished, structured English often used in movies or news broadcasts. Use flashcards with spaced repetition for vocabulary mastery. Flashcards are incredibly effective for memorizing vocabulary, especially when you use spaced repetition. Spaced repetition is a technique that reintroduces vocabulary words at increasing intervals based on how well you remember them. This approach helps cement words into your long-term memory by focusing on the terms you struggle with most. Apps like Anki are great for flashcard-based learning because they're designed to prioritize words you find difficult. The beauty of flashcards is that they're flexible. You can study whenever and wherever you want. Just a few minutes of daily review can make a huge difference in vocabulary retention. You can also create custom flashcard decks to match your interests or areas of focus, making learning more enjoyable and relevant. Daily writing practice is essential for fluency because it allows you to apply the vocabulary and grammar you've been learning. Typing, texting, or journaling daily helps you express yourself more comfortably in English, and it's also a great way to spot gaps in your knowledge. Writing regularly reveals areas of grammar and vocabulary that may need more practice, and over time it will strengthen your command of the language. You don't need to write an essay every day, even a short paragraph about your day, or a quick text to a friend works. Write about anything, your thoughts, plans, opinions on current events, or a summary of what you learned. Using applications like Google Docs or the Notes app can be helpful, as these often include grammar and spell checking features that can guide you toward correct usage. Daily writing practice will make it easier to organize your thoughts, a skill that's critical when you're speaking English. Speak English out loud daily, even if it's just to yourself. Consistently speaking English is crucial for fluency, and if you don't have a language partner, talking to yourself can be just as helpful. Regular speaking practice reinforces vocabulary, familiarizes you with sentence structures, and builds confidence. You could discuss anything out loud, like describing your surroundings, reflecting on your day, or even talking about what you just watched or read. Speaking out loud every day will make speaking in English feel more natural and comfortable. It also builds confidence for real-life conversations, preparing you to interact with English speakers. Don't worry about making mistakes. The goal is to become comfortable with speaking so that over time, it feels effortless. Record yourself speaking for honest feedback and self-evaluation. Recording yourself might feel awkward at first, but it's a valuable tool for spotting areas of improvement. When you play back your recordings, you'll notice any mispronunciations, grammatical errors, and places where your sentence structure could flow more smoothly. Athletes and performers use recordings to analyze their techniques, and language learners can benefit from the same approach. Recording gives you a clear picture of your current skill level and lets you track progress over time. You'll gain confidence as you notice improvements, and it can motivate you to keep pushing forward. Try recording yourself discussing different topics, answering common questions, or even reading something out loud. Listening back will highlight what you're excelling at and what you need to focus on next. Use the shadowing technique to improve pronunciation and rhythm. Shadowing is a language technique that involves listening to English and repeating it simultaneously. This approach allows you to practice both listening and speaking at the same time, helping you develop a natural rhythm and pace. By shadowing native speakers, you're also exposed to their intonation, phrasing, and pronunciation, making your speech sound more natural over time. Shadowing helps with real-life conversations by training you to respond more quickly and naturally. You're essentially shadowing the speech patterns of fluent speakers, which lets you practice aspects like rhythm, tone, and even body language. Shadowing exercises are also useful for improving your English flow, how seamlessly you connect words and phrases in speech. Focus on relevant vocabulary and situations to build practical skills. Lastly, learning English relevant to your lifestyle or career makes the process both practical and enjoyable. If you're a doctor, learning medical terms and phrases is far more useful than focusing on business vocabulary. Tailoring your learning to fit your life means you'll be better prepared for the conversations and interactions you're likely to have in English. To build fluency, focus on phrases, idioms, and expressions that are common in your field. This practical approach helps you become more comfortable with commonly used language and develops your understanding of real English, the type you'll actually use and hear in your daily life. By concentrating on what's useful to you, you're more likely to retain what you've learned, making English feel like a valuable tool rather than just an academic exercise. Quick recap. 1. Set clear, specific goals to define your path. 2. Read aloud regularly to strengthen pronunciation and retention. 3. Listen to English media with and without subtitles to improve comprehension. 4. Use flashcards for vocabulary with apps like Anki to support spaced repetition. 5. Write, type, and text in English daily to solidify your knowledge. Speak English out loud every day to build comfort and fluency. 7. Record yourself speaking for self-evaluation and improvement. 8. Use the shadowing technique to refine rhythm, pronunciation, and spontaneity. 9. Learn relevant vocabulary to build skills tailored to your lifestyle and needs. By following these 9 steps, you'll be well on your way to English fluence. Consistency is key, so integrate these habits into your daily routine and you'll start seeing results. If you found this guide helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more language learning tips. Thanks for watching, and remember, every small step brings you closer to fluency.